I was so fucking terrifying, and I got all this adrenaline running through me again, and that was like my worst nightmare. And that's how I feel here. Like every time, any reasonable, after everything I've witnessed, any reasonable person would like. I always do. I believe because my archangel says you go to take a bath, and I come back every time. So I believe, but I have to, as a reasonable adult, kind of. Yeah, you wonder, dude, am I gonna make it back in my room? Fuck yeah, absolutely. Okay, so he came in like a predator while I was in the bathtub. My worst fucking nightmare. My worst nightmare is that they bring these construction guys or these other fucking trained people, and they just, yeah, I don't need to explain the obvious to fucking people, okay? Yeah, that's why I Instagram it. Because most of these, like, professionals don't want that shit online, okay? It's a great deterrence. But as far as these cannibal junkies are concerned, I'm pretty fucking freaked out, okay? They're pretty savage and they're not organized whatsoever. So my guidance was call the police on him. And I'm like, why would I call the cops? I have to consider this. I might still do it. But my guidance was he was trying to get you to open the bathroom door. It had nothing to do with the rent. He wanted to see if you would open the bathroom door. That's primo to these two here. Okay? So this is the deal. I'm going to check and get my final guidance. But this is where I think my archangel's leading me. Stop paying the rent here, mommy. File your, to file all your stuff. All right? I don't want to go down to the DC Civil Court and deal with literal civil attorneys and tenant attorneys and so on and so forth who are on substances and narcotics. But that's what you're going to deal with a lot down there, and I know that. I'm not looking forward to that. In fact, I'm trying to not have to do that. But what I can do is I can call one of these DC people who like to make it incredibly hard for me to even get identification. See, we know, because I've documented the caliber and the type of people you deal with here. I want to avoid that too. I'm just so fucking overwhelmed, all right? But this is what I think my guidance is leading me to do. And so I'm going to get a final yes and no, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to take action. You see, I do a lot of this meditational prayer before I take action. My action's going to be, I'm going to get an inspector here. First of all, there's squirrels that run up and down the floorboard here by the gutter. What do you call that on the house? Anyway, so that's illegal. Sight right there. Second of all, he's never fixed the window. I got police reports up the yin here about that. He's never fixed the fucking window. I have grounds to withhold the rent. Now, I could, if I was a nice person, pay the rent. So I'll see what my final guidance is. But I definitely have grounds to withhold the rent. And I have grounds, besides all the criminal activity, we're getting to that. And I have grounds to also call an inspector. Right there, the inspector is going to cite him. They're going to find him and they're going to tell him, you need to fix this. You can't be charging for rent. They're going to go all over the house. And that's what I'm saying to the DC mayor, who's a fucking organized crime mobstress, and all these White House and all these Capitol official business. You know what I'm saying? The Congress, Senate. You are endangering the lives of the general public because I am bringing an inspector in here. And you are going to you're not going to stop me. I'm going to keep scheduling you. You want to botch and play games? Be my guest. You're going to have some fucking inspector random from the public come in here and discover body parts, be a witness to all sorts of organized crime shit, endanger their life too, because you won't the fuck arrest people here or even investigate? Be my guest. Because that's what I'm about to do. I do not deserve to be this fucking scared while I pay fucking rent. Now I'm losing my temper. I'm going to go.